ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। ओं श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वा अन्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ पारायणम् अथ सप्तदशोऽध्यायः। Salutations to Lord Krishna and all avatars of Bhagavatam, all the bhaktas, all the gurus, all the jnanis and margadarshakas. We are chanting every day some shlokas. Then we are seeing the adhyayam for our study. 17th chapter, we did half of it yesterday. Let us conclude it in today's chanting. Then we go to 28th chapter, the Paratattva Nirupanam, the final teachings of Lord Krishna before he concludes his avatara. From 36. एवं बृहद्व्रतधरः ब्राह्मणोऽग्निरिव ज्वलन् मद्भक्तः तीव्रतपसा दग्धकर्माशयो मलः अथानन्तरमावेक्ष्यन् यथा जिज्ञासितागमः गुरवे दक्षिणां दत्त्वा स्नायाद्गुरुवनुमोदितः गृहं वनं वोपशिते वोपविशेतो प्रव्रजेद्वा द्विजोत्तमः आश्रमात् आश्रमं गच्छेत् नान्यथा मत्परश्चरेत् गृहार्थी सदृशीं भार्याम् उद्वहेदजुगुप्सितां यवीयसीं तु वयसां तासवर्णाम् अनुक्रमात् इज्याध्येन दानानि सर्वेषां च द्विजन्मनां प्रतिग्रहोऽध्यापनं च ब्राह्मणस्यैव याजनम् प्रतिग्रहं मन्यमानः तपस्तेजो यशोनुदम् अन्याभ्याम् एव जीवेत शिलैर्वा दोषदृक्तयोः ब्राह्मणस्य हि देहोऽयं क्षुद्रकामाय नेष्यते कृच्छ्राय तपसे चेह प्रेत्यानन्तसुखाय च शिलोञ्च वृत्त्या परितुष्टचित्तः धर्मं महान्तं विरजं जुषाणः मय्यर्पितात्मा गृह एव तिष्ठन् नातिप्रसक्तः समुपैति शान्तिं समुद्धरन्ति ये विप्रं सीदन्तं मत्परायणं तान् उद्धरिष्ये न चिरात् आपद्भ्यो नौरिवार्णवात् सर्वाः समुद्धरेत् राजा पितेव व्यसनात् प्रजाः आत्मानमात्मना धीरः यथा गजपतिर्गजान् एवं विधो नरपतिः विमानेनार्कवर्चसा विधूयेहा शुभं कृत्स्नम् इन्द्रेण सह मोदते सीदन् विप्रो वणिवृत्या पण्यैरेवापदं तरेत् खड्गेन वा पदाक्रान्तः नश्ववृत्त्या कथञ्चन वैश्यवृत्त्या तु राजन्यः जीवेन् मृगययापदि चरेद्वा विप्ररूपेण नश्ववृत्त्या कथञ्चन शूद्रवृत्तिं भजेद्वैश्यः शूद्रः कारुकटक्रियां कृच्छ्रान्मुक्तो न गर्हेण वृत्तिं लिप्सेत कर्मणा वेदाध्यायस्वधा स्वाहा बल्यन्नाद्यैर्यथोदयं देवर्षिपितृभूतानि मद्रूपाण्यन्वहं यजेत यदृच्छयोपपन्नेन शुक्लेनोपार्जितेन वा धनेन पीडयन् भृत्यान् न्यायेनैवा हरेत् क्रतोन् कुटुम्बेषु न सज्जेत न प्रमाद्येत् कुटुम्ब्यपे विपश्चिन्नश्वरं पश्येतु अदृष्टमपि दृष्टवद पुत्रदाराप्तबन्धूनां सङ्गमः पान्थसङ्गमः अनुदेहं वियन्ते ते स्वप्नो निद्रानुगो यथा इत्थं परिमृशन्मुक्तः गृहेषु अतिथिवद्वसन् न गृहैरनुबध्येत निर्ममो निरहङ्कृतः कर्मभिर्गृहमेधीयैः इष्ट्वा माम् एव भक्तिमान् तिष्ठेद्वनं वा उपविशेतु प्रजावान् वा परिव्रजेत् यस्त्वासक्तमतिर्गेहे पुत्रवित्तेषणातुरः स्त्रैणः कृपणधीर्मूढः ममाहमिति बध्यते अहो मे पितरौ वृद्धौ भार्या बालात्मजात्मजाः अनाथा मां हृते दीनाः कथं जीवन्ति दुःखिताः एवं गृहाशया क्षिप्त हृदयो मूढधीरयम् अतृप्तस्ताननुध्यायन् मृतोन्धं विशते तमः इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायाम् एकादशस्कन्धे सप्तदशोऽध्यायः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीभागवत शरणं मम श्रीसद्गुरुशरणं मम श्रीसूत शरणं मम श्रीशुकदेव शरणं मम श्रीव्यास शरणं मम श्रीनारद शरणं मम श्रीकुमार शरणं मम श्रीब्रह्मा शरणं मम श्रीविष्णु शरणं मम श्रीपरब्रह्म शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातम् अहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ॐ श्रीमद्भागवतं पुराणतिलकं यद्वैष्णवानां धनं यस्मिन् पारमहंस्यमेव ममलं ज्ञानं परं गीयते यत्र ज्ञानविरागभक्तिसहितं नैष्कर्म्यमाविष्कृतं तत्शृण्वन् प्रपठन् विचारणपरः भक्त्या विमुच्येन्नरः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादशस्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वा अन्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। ॐ अथ अष्टाविंशोऽध्यायः। Shri Bhagavanuvach. Again, saluting the gurus, asking them to give us the ability and strength to not only study but understand thoroughly the Shastras, not only understand but live up to the sadhanas indicated there till the goal is reached. Today's introduction for this 28th chapter, in continuation of yesterday, is what? Ki at one stage of life, all our involvements in the world with dharma, and to involve with dharma with all the people, variety of attachments or asaktis or respects or lot of other mutually relating things we have to use and live life beautifully, very beautifully, very lovingly, with all love, kindness, everything. But as we grow in our life, when the time for the ultimate knowledge comes in our life, or the mumukshata jignasa comes, the same we have to change our inner attitude, continuing the outer work as it is required. Slowly and steadily, we have to make our inner equipments qualified, ready for the higher truth, for the meditation on the truth as indicated by the Upanishads. Because through that only the truth is known, then only the mukti comes. No matter whether we in one life only get into the deep understanding of the tattva, are able to contemplate and reach the self or not. But these two things, the willingness and little effort, these two themselves decide our future journey. I am willing to know the self and I have put the efforts, not of meditation, but at least the preparation for meditation. What is the preparation? I try to protect my inner antakarana. I try to make my antakarana shuddha, sattvika, ekagra, sukshma. See, the willingness to know the truth, preparation of the antakarana, even little bit we have done, that goes in a long way. Not even a thought that I have to know the truth. And continuously, even at the age of 60, 70, 80, 90, mind is still holding on to all the imaginations, mental projections, and only too much importance value given to the world and people. Then we are balaha, we are childish, we are immature, and guaranteed that if at all we are given a human life again, our life will be with the same routine which we had this life, or any other worldly person like animal. We have to little think about it and change ourselves. And you know, when we were chanting now, just now 10 minutes back, the the brahmacharya ashrama lakshanas were told. And then yesterday, today the grahastha ashrama dharmas were told. Some of them were so to listen little difficult, but if you think about it, so much truth in that is there. Bhagavan said same thing. With all the attachments around, when you die, you have wasted your life only. Like that Bhagavan said. He, what a beautiful one sentence he said for a grastashrami, Gruheshu atitivat tishtan. Very touching thought. In your own grastashrama, live with your own everybody, but like the atithi. నాన్న చాలా నమ్మకం ఉంది కానీ ఉన్న నమ్మకం పోగొడుతున్నారు మీరు. కెన్ యూ స్టాప్ ఇట్? ఎవ్రీడే యు ఆర్ డిస్ట్రాక్టింగ్. అంత ఫ్రస్ట్రేట్ అవ్వకూడదు పని అవ్వట్లేదని. పరమాత్మని ప్రార్థిస్తే అవుతుంది. ప్రయత్నం చేయాలి కానీ ఇలా వేరే వాళ్ళని ఇబ్బంది పెట్టేలా ఉండకూడదు. Narayana. When we were listening to that sentence, at the outside it appears to me, what is this Shastra talking like that? But when you go a little deeper, it just says, bhai, the life is for something beyond also, something higher also, something deeper also, something inner also. Should we not protect ourselves for that? And another thing said was like the pantha, the everybody in our life, in our relativity, there he mentions about Grahastha Ashrama, but everywhere they are like meeting at the some shelter when it rains, or some place of taking the water en route. है ना, चलते चलते थक गए हैं तो पानी पीने के लिए जाते हैं. We see 7 8 people there, so one after the other will drink the water. In the meantime, we just give a smile exchange, Ask who are you, where are you. इतना ही है. उसका अपने रास्ता वो, इतने अपने रास्ते ये गए. Like that is our life, he says. No, these are all the things, though from the too much indulgent attachment, entanglement point of view, looks to be little harsh or painful, but this is the only thing which opens our intellect for the higher, for the greater, for the nobler, for the sublime, for the divine. Or else will what happen? Every life we come, every way we get only entangled in life, and we just try without doing the main thing, without doing something for our moksha. This is absolutely wrong. Instead of that, total moksha through jnanam we may not get in one life, but little little we have to add to that as early as possible, as nicely as early as we were saying yesterday. By the age of 48, 50, we should start listening, and by 7, 8 years, thoroughly we must understand what is the purpose of ultimate purpose of the life. Some are these things, if we miss out, we miss out. Like another thing, a youngster of 12, 13, 14 years. At that age only, when he is made to have respect, reverence for the Guru, and he is trained to maintain that throughout life he'll have protection. Suddenly at the age of 50 you go to a guru and try to surrender, it will never happen, because by the age of 45, 50 you are such a substantial solid ego. Okay, even if you want, you can't surrender. You can do the natak of surrender outside, but inside you can never, because that ego has become so strong. To that ego, the so much load of the experience of good or bad or achievements have so many added. Many people to outside do namaskar to Guru. Inside to ye kahan ka hai? What is great about him? In that attitude they'll be there. Because their ego. But if he is trained from the childhood and maintaining that respect, throughout life he is protected. Certainly nahi hota. In the same way, at the age of 48, 45, 50, we start slowly tuning to the ultimate, and also slowly preparing inside. We are helping ourselves first. Anybody you help, but you don't help yourself, what do they use? We can help everyone monetarily by giving love, by giving time, by giving seva. But we help ourselves only in one way, by paving way for our spiritual evolution. All other help is no help. And for that also required thinking, required action, required preparation, required sacrifice. All that everyone will have to do. So from that standpoint of evolution towards spirituality, Bhagavan Krishna takes up these last teachings of him in his avatar to his most beloved disciple, devotee, Sakha, everyone. Uddhava, Bodhisattva, he has got Sarupyam also like Lord Krishna. What a beautiful is this relation between Krishna and Gopikas in the childhood, Krishna and Yashoda, Krishna and Yashodananda Baba, Devaki Vasudeva Krishna, Balarama Krishna. Each of them are exemplary relations. And the best among all are these few, the Krishna and Arjuna, and here Krishna and Uddhava. Krishna and Gopika's relation gave us the essence of pure, egoless, selfless love. And Krishna and Uddhava and Krishna and Arjuna relation gave us how to be a disciple and seek the ultimate from the God or the Guru. Because of them only we got all this literature. Imagine if these characters are not there, if these stories were not there, if these question answers were not there, if the teachings were not there. We would have lost, in fact. How much help this Bhagavata, Bhagavad Gita are giving to the whole humanity. You can't even explain. So they were the ones who came and they sought, Bhagavan guided them. And these few sloka Bhagavan, the first 10, 12 of them, show that he himself also now enjoyed whole life thoroughly while performing. He is also slowly preparing himself to pack up. That is what you can sense in it from his standpoint. And for the every human being standpoint, pravrutti, up to 50 years, thoroughly involve, indulge, enjoy, serve, love, sabko, kuch sab karo. But at the age of that 55, slowly go inside, withdraw, with all dignity. Most important is willingly. अपने ही इच्छा से, समझदारी से. If I can withdraw and involve in my own inner evolution, how beautiful. Like nowadays in Telugu, we are studying both Vishnu Sahasranama in a beautiful way. Today we have seen Lokavandur, Lokanatho, Madhavo, Bhaktavatsalaha. What a beautiful names and meaning. Followed by the Drugdrushya Viveka, the Shabdanavidya Savikalpa, Drushanavidya Savikalpa, Nirvikalpa Samadhi Abhyasa. Wow, excellent. Here also. So, one by one, Bhagavan is telling. What did he say? Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. First int. Mm, mm, Sorry. And very seriously to be taken thoughts, they are all. Seriously se jada, sincerely we can say. In the taking sincerely, we are not hating anyone. We are not fighting with anyone. We are not zabardasti running away from anyone. We are with everyone, with every activity, yet no person attitude or activity is be attentive, taking possession of our antakarana. Thus, antakarana is freed from any of the outer things entered into it, so that it is available for the totally different track of studying the Vedanta, studying the Upanishads, so to studying the Bhakta's Lakshanas or the Bhakta story and developing that Bhakti Bharavana and cherishing it, enjoying that. In the beginning, it appears to be vague. Okay, आए स्वामी सब छोड़कर भगवान का नाम लेने को बोलते हो, ध्यान करने को बोलते हो, ऐसा लगता है. बट एक बार इसका चस्का लग जाता है ना. Once you get the taste of that devotion at the feet of God Guru, as well as the taste of meditation, the quietness of the mind, the Vedantic understanding about what is real and unreal, थोड़ा उसमें entry मिल गया ना, I tell you, there's nothing greater than this. फीका फीका बाकी सब. Everything appears to be fika only, tasteless. If that happens to us, you are really lucky. We told you 279 times in this thought, if you remember. But yeah, if we too much involved in the world, not only we caught up in the world, we also miss spirituality. On the other hand, when we are involving in the spirituality, our vyavahara outside becomes beautified, divinized, without any problems to us and the world, and our spirituality also grows. इसमें फंस गए तो ये गया वो गया, इसमें आ गए तो ये भी मिला वो भी मिला. Not knowing these people think if you are learning spiritual sciences and knowledge sadhana, then we will be missing the world and all that. You will miss the nonsense of the world, nuisance of the world. You won't get bound, you won't bind others, but you live the same life with more meaningfulness, more contribution, etc. If you are spiritual. Along with that, spiritually also you are growing. Small little, these are the notions, but they are sufficient blocks for the entire life not allowing to learn spirituality. देखो वो कोई गुरु मिले हमको जो ऐसी बातें सिखाए, बेटा आके स्पिरिचुअलिटी में तुम्हें कुछ भी खोना नहीं पड़ता, तुमको तो परमात्मा को पाना हो रहा है उधर, और यहाँ भी सब मीठा मीठा रहेगा. Somebody should tell us with all example and logics, and we should understand it like that. And thus help ourselves both Vyavahara, Mana, and spirituality. So, what Bhagavan says, and little appears to be difficult as well as harsh or painful, but neither difficult nor harsh nor painful, it is helpful to you and the world. What did he say? Parasvabhava karmani na prashamset na garhayet vishwamekatmakam pashyan prakrutya purushena cha. What a thorough, perfect shloka it is. Again, chant. Parasvabhava karmani na prashamset na garhayet vishwamekatmakam pashyan prakrutya purushena cha. I'll tell in very short, sweet, summary form, complete. What is the meaning said? Don't do the prashamsa as well as ninda of para swabhava karma. Line 1. Line 2. Vishwam ekatmakam pashyan prakrutya purushena cha. The whole world is seen as having one substratum beyond, behind the prakriti purusha. And such a simple meaning, see, how many things, one by one word when I say, if you are attentive, you catch it. One is para, second is swabhava, third is karman. Para means somebody other than you. Swabhava means that person's nature. Karma means that person's karma. And the result of that karma. And his indulgence in all that. Now, this para and individuality, the swabhava as well as karma, remember, all these three are the Maya only. Is it not? We have to transcend our own swabhava karma, is it not? To know the truth. In that case, how can we allow somebody else's swabhava and karma possess our heart? And how it possesses us? When we do either ninda or prashamsa. Either ninda or prashamsa, when we do the others swabhava and karma, the other person's otherness, other person's swabhava and his karma create impressions, vasanas in us. And to be spiritual, you have to dona hai all that, wash it up. When you have to wash them, why do you involve them? Why do you invite them? Then what to do? How to avoid that? Only one answer. First, entire Vishwam is nothing but Prakriti Purusha. Be attentive. Common. And this Prakriti Purusha, entire Vishwam, has one common substratum, the Parama Purusha. That is called as Vishwam. Listen carefully. What is Vishwam? Prakrutya Purushena. The Jada Chetana Mishrama is the entire Vishwa. And to both of them, who is the substratum? One Paramatma. Your विश्व का जो प्रकृति पुरुष से बना है, वो सारे विश्व जो प्रकृति पुरुष से बनकर इतने वेराइटीज में दिख रहे हैं, उन सबका एक ही आत्मा है. This in our morning class, Telugu people studied. Asti bhati priyam rupam nama chetyam shapanchakam adyatrayam brahma rupam jagat rupam tattodvayam kham vayuvagni jalorvishu devateryang naradishu abhinnaha sachidanandaha vidyate rupanamani. Rupanamani vidyate is ki prakrutya purushena. Abhinnaha sachidananda is ekatmakam. Very sublime it is. At very gross level of vyavahara, vasana, samskara, that time we have to be mindful about so many things in the world. But as we become more oriented to the spirituality, only this much we have to understand. One Purusha, one Paramatma, only is becoming Ishvara and becoming, expressing his own Maya inside. So the Ishvara and his Maya alone is expressing the whole world. That Maya is called a Prakriti. From that Prakriti came all the matter. And the Ishvara is the one who is the living aspect, who is involving in that matter and living his life. प्रकृति पुरुष दोनों एक ही परमात्मा से. That is the 7th chapter. अपरायम ईता तो अन्याम प्रकृतिम विद्धि में पराम जीवभूताम महाबाहो यया इदम धारयते जगत. Then एतद्योनीनि भूतानि सर्वाणि इत्युपधारय अहं कृत्स्नस्य जगतः प्रभवप्रलयः तथा मत्तः परतरं नान्यत् किञ्चिदस्ति धनञ्जय वै सर्वमिदं प्रोतं सूत्रे मणिगणा इव. All those shlokas, when we really study thoroughly, and this one also, we get the clarity. So what is our goal? To discover the ultimate Purusha, who himself is expressing as Prakriti Purusha, the combination of which is the entire world of people and their behaviors. 14th chapter also Bhagavan says, Mama yonir mahat brahma tasmin garbham vadamyaham sambhava sarva bhutanam ततो भवति भारत सर्वयोनिषु कौन्तेय मूर्तयः सम्भवन्ति याः तासां ब्रह्ममाद्योनिः अहं बीजप्रदपिता. So, a individual human being is there. Okay, in him two aspects are there. One, the living being aspect. Second is the matter aspect in him, identifying with which he is behaving. The matter aspect in that person includes his antakarana, his pranamaya koshas, his indriyas, his deha, all. All that antakarana, pranamaya kosha, deha, indriya, all have come from Prakriti. And the one who is living through that Prakriti is the Purusha. Both the Purusha Prakriti, listen carefully, have come from one Supreme Self. Our goal is Him. If He is our goal, be attentive. That Purusha expressing as Purusha and Prakriti, and again that Purusha called Jiva now, is through variety of Prakriti living, behaving in this world in different way. We have none of our business because our goal is to catch the Parama Purusha. Uttama Purusha to Anyaha. We have to catch Uttama Purusha. We have no interest in Kshara and Akshara Purusha. The Akshara Purusha is Jiva, the Akshara Purusha is his nature, his behavior and all. Hangelenadena. I hope you are catching. We are very Shastriya way, subtly we are talking. Yesterday we spoke in the Vyavaharik way. Nobody's nature is same all the time. Nobody's actions are same all the time. They have a definite purpose in their life. We need not involve in them by doing nindar stuti. Otherwise, we create the raga dvesha towards that person, spoil our mind. Wherever the antakarana is possessed by raga dvesha, it forgets dharma, it forgets the truth too. All this we spoke yesterday. Today we are talking more technically. Paraswabhava karmani na prashamsed na garhayet. This is the order. Never do the prashamsa, praise, garhanam, censuring of para, others, swabhava, their nature, karmani, their activities. Then why? Our drushti is what? Vishwam eka atmakam pashyan. We have to see the one atma behind the entire Vishwa, which alone is expressing as Prakriti and Purusha. And it is a play going on, it is a leela going on. More than that, there is nothing to be valued or given importance. If you give importance, it becomes important. Definitely, it is important at a lower level of vyavahara so that we don't cross the limits of dharma and enter into adharma. वहां तक चलेगा. But how long we are worried, concerned about that only? When we come to the spiritual thoughts, no, spiritual, that time sarvadharman parityaja. Even all that also you have to translate. So, in fact, when I sit for meditation to contemplate on the truth, instead of contemplating on the truth, all else I remember, all nonsense only in the mind. You know what is all that in my mind? When I sit for meditation, other than contemplation on the Lord, these three para, swabhava, karma. Somebody or the other, some object or the other, that only is in the mind's thought. Then there swabhava. Don't we say that that person is good or bad and all? Then karma, why do you say is good? Because he work done, he did his work. Why do you say is bad? Because he did this bad work. अबे वो good कर्म किया bad कर्म किया, all that, why you are bothered when you are sitting on meditation, sit to know the self? But do you think you will meditate on God? Forget about people, their swabhava, their karma. And how did they enter into you? Because you are doing ninda and garana of them. What is the meaning of ninda and garanam? Giving value or importance. What I have to respond to the people when they act towards me in a good or bad manner. According to Shastra, protecting my sadhana, doing that much alone is our duty. Beyond that, beyond that, nothing to, we have nothing to do. Imagine Gurudev. How many lakhs and crores people, lakhs and lakhs, he might have contacted. No, other than teaching them the truth, did he worry about anybody's swabhava and karma by himself? No. Whenever a mission work is there, whenever they come and ask, he guided. But he never, if he is concerned or worried or carrying the load of swabhava and karma, how the lakhs of people around him, pagal ban jayenge. He never bothered. He went on teaching truth. Whoever claimed themselves to be his disciples and sought guidance, he gave them. That also because we asked, and that's the order to them from the Shastra that any deserving disciple comes asking some guidance, give. Later on, did any time Gurudev come and ask us, did you learn what I said? Did you do what I said? Have you changed your स्वभाव and कर्म? तुम्हारी मर्जी है, तुम्हारी जिंदगी, मेरे को क्या करना है? That is why he could continuously do the work without carrying the load of any being. Otherwise, Hare Swami ka, Brahmachari ka, trustee ka, committee member ka, devotee ka, swabhav and karma, if he collects all that kachra data and carries the load, he'll be like a dumping yard only. That example is good. Lord Krishna also. In his life, he has seen right from Putana up to everyone. He responded as an avatara what to do, but he never did the ninda or garanam, never he carried the para and swabhava and karma in his heart. Remember, he see the glory of Krishna Avatara is what You'll be surprised to know this. Perhaps it must be first time you must be listening also this sentence. What is that? The moment he is born, willingly he himself separated from his own parents. Otherwise, the most touching and attaching bondage is the parents and children only. He just got detached and gone to the foster parents. You know the maja of that? That is why, right from the beginning, maintained, managed the detachment. There were two things. One, wherever he was, he could laugh and giggle and celebrate his life. And second, whenever he wanted, he could leave anyone and go anywhere. That reservation of the freedom, Bhagavan Krishna showed in his life. जन्म लेते ही मुझे ले जाओ वहां कहा. Otherwise, to leave the parents, how impossible it is. But he convinced. And he played with them because he knows one day he will have to leave them. And when he had to leave them, when Kamsa sent Akrura, Chal Mathura Jani hai, he said, didn't even say bye. पीछे मुड़े भी नहीं वो. फिर आऊंगा कुछ भी नहीं. He left. And having gone there, he enjoyed there what he has to do. It's not criminal, it is maturity. How do you say, when he was in Vrindavan, didn't he live 100% there? He is living 100% wherever he is. That is what is the joy of life. And that's possible only when we don't carry the load. Load is of the people, their swabhava, their karma. How do that load is carried? By doing ninda or grahanam. After all, I am not the judge to pass judgments on people's swabhava and karma. Like nobody has their right to judge my swabhava and karma unless my actions are troubling society. There's a legal system is there to take action. Otherwise, I have to mind myself and change my negative swabhava karma to positive. That's when nobody allows anybody to interfere in their own personal swabhava karma. That's when nobody can change anybody. Let million gurus come, million avatars come, कोई किसी को change नहीं करेगा unless one thinks for oneself and feels the need of change. And when somebody decides to change, no, even God cannot stop him. So my swabhava karma, I have to mold. I am not having any concern with other swabhava karma. In other swabhava and karma, if something learnable or inspirational is there, just catch it. That's it. Like the swabhava of the Prahlada Bhakta, the karma of the Prahlada, that you can learn. That helps. That's positive. So that highest anyway we take as inspiration. But Bhagavan is talking at the Vyavaharik level, everybody has their swabhava. Everybody they do karma. And they appear to be censurable or praisable. You need not worry. After certain time. कुछ जिंदगी में कुछ समय तक मस्ती कर, but later on slowly withdraw. Because your vision is to know the truth. And from the truth standpoint, that truth only expressing as Prakriti and Purusha. and that Prakriti called as Swabhava, and the Purusha is Jiva. According to that Prakriti Swabhava, he is doing various of karmas. एंड इसका कोई ना कोई ठिकाना है, ना कोई rhyme and reason or regularity है. You can't find an answer. You can find an answer to satisfy you. You understand? But that isn't, there is no answer to anything in this world. Any answer we receive is the answer to satisfy us, not the real answer it is. Interesting? थोड़ा गंभीर है. And from the pure Vedantic standpoint of Mandukya and Adi, good or bad, all are Maya. Whether it's a garland or a snake, both are Maya. The rope alone is real. Our goal is to discover rope. Paraswabhava karmani na pindet na prashamset na garhayetu, and Vishwam ekatmakam pashan prakritya purushena cha. Entire Vishwam is playing the play because of the combination of Prakriti and Purusha. Both of them have one Atma behind. Vishwa एक आत्मा. विश्व मतलब सारा रूप नाम. उस रूप नाम रूपी विश्व में हर एक चीज प्रकृति पुरुष से है और दोनों के पीछे एक ही परतत्व है. विश्वम एक आत्मकम. डोंट मिस दैट वर्ड. सारा विश्व का आत्मा एक ही है. उस एक ही आत्मा से प्रकृति पुरुष निकला. And then the Purusha is playing with the Prakriti, using the Prakriti and playing in the Vishwa. Purusha Prakritisto hi bhunkte Prakritijan gunan karanam gunasangosya sadasad yoni janmasu. 13th chapter. If these detailed, deeper things are not understood, only this much understand. Unless we are related or invited, don't too much involve in the swabhava and karma of others. And start doing it from the distant people. A politician, क्या लेना देना आपको स्वभाव कर्म. अच्छा नहीं लगा तो go and do. Don't vote them next time. Finish. वहां से लेकर धीरे धीरे come to the closer people. Do your duty, respond to them according to the need. More than that, whether you are subordinates, whether they are your servants, ज़्यादा टेंशन ना लेना उसके स्वभाव से कर्म से. Unless they are related to you, you protect always. When such things are spoken, one sentence goes without saying that you have to protect yourself all the time. Even if it is said or not said, you protect. So if the servant's swabhava and karma is not good, remove him. More than that, you need not worry. Help him to say once or twice. और नहीं बदल रहा, अब कितना करोगे तुम? Not you need to carry the load also. If required, pray to God, Bhagavan, iska swabhav acha karo. So too, if somebody's swabhav and karma is noble, good, it's there, Ishwar acha hai. You need not do prashamsa to carry the load of that person, his swabhava, his karma, as thoughts in your mind. Such person can never succeed in the seat of meditation in quietening his mind and transcending the mind to see the pure, blissful, infinite, conscious self, the Eka Atma. पल्ला नहीं पड़ेगा वो, कभी भी नहीं आएगा. You will go to some level in meditation, then थक कर सो जाओगे, नहीं तो वापस आ जाओगे. Because so much of the people's natures, their activity, all of that are carried as load in the mind through, then in the end, Garahanam. See the difference. By nature, if somebody is good, don't praise. By nature, somebody is bad, don't censure. That is said. And what we do? The totally or lower level life we do. What is that? Good people we find faults. And bad people, because we attach to them, then we say good only in them. ये तो और भी झूठ हो गया. I hope you caught what is said. What is said by the Lord is somebody is very good in his स्वभाव and karma. उसका भी praise नहीं करना. Somebody is very bad in his स्वभाव and karma. Don't censure. Facts also don't talk. And what do we do in our nature? Somebody we are attached to, how much our useless fellow he is, but still we do the prashamsa. And somebody we hate them, how much or good he may be, we do ninda. Yesterday I gave the example of that old lady, when her daughter is there, all nonsense, but still she does the prashamsa. And the daughter-in-law, all good things she does, but still ninda. पॉलिटिक्स में यही होता है ना, हमारा पार्टी नहीं है इसलिए वॉट एवर दे डू इज रॉन्ग. Yesterday day before, the 2 days of talk, behind all their so called maturity, what a childishness it is hidden. Talking and censuring each other. Abba, abba, abba. That's a bhayankara Kali Yuga. What nonsense! You are in your own beautiful powers given by the Praja. Sit together, discuss, sort out, help the nation. हॉट पार्टी है तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कौन लीडर है तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है भाई. देखते देखते मरने वाले हो सब लोग. Our nation needs this in total, our state needs in general. Therefore, home central government, you help me, this much I can help you, thank you, I'm using. And tell the people the central government has given, we are thankful to them. Here you are creating tension in the people. These 2 days when I saw in Andhra, the other day the state government came and spoke, yesterday central वाला, वो लोग लोगों के दिमाग को कितना डिस्टर्ब कर रहे हैं. लोगों को बेचारा नौकरियां नहीं हो रहे, खाने को खाना नहीं मिल रहा, कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग इज ग्रोइंग, एंड दीज पीपल कॉल पीपल लैक्स इन नंबर एंड दे टॉक टू देम अबाउट हाउ दैट फेलो इज बैड, दिस फेलो इज बैड, and making fool of the people. Fun. People also are equally foolish. And why all this happens when we forget that we are one nation, when we forget that we are given power responsibility only to mind how to make the people grow, not our individuality or others negativity. We are not concerned, and if it affects us, there's a decent way of dealing it. Don't we have the legal system in the court? Everything can be case filed, If you have any objection, you may put a case. Let the investigation be done honestly. Why do you waste your precious time? Why do you pollute the people's minds? Disturb them. वो लोग अभी परेशान है, बच्चों की तरह बात है. On the stage, lakhs of people speaking somebody's name. You should indirectly hint at it. Why this is what is their work, it isn't our work. You have given them chance, give us also, let us do it. दिया तो ले लो लोग, नहीं दिया तो नहीं. अब क्या जबरदस्ती कर रहे हो? बाप रे. And that they think politics, that there's intelligence, that they think maturity. When the band away, I stopped all this nonsense saying. They don't know anything. They don't love people, they don't love nation, they don't love the growth of everyone. कोई किसी का मेहनत तरक्की का सोचता है ना, वो साइलेंटली काम करता जाता है, उसका काम ही दिखाता है. Like in spiritual sadhana also, there's nothing to shout at the pitch of voice. You just live the spirituality, people will observe and learn. That's it. What is there to speak in spirituality, Pagal? It is useless. People like me go on talking. There's nothing to talk. You just live it, live the life, others will see and learn. That's it. Mhm. How important is this? Parasvabhava karmani na prasamset na garhayet. Vishwam ekatmakam pashan prakrutya purushena cha. You understood? Whole Vishwam is made by Prakriti and Purusha, Jada Chetana, and both of them are substratum of one Atma, which is beyond. Is Purusha is Jiva, Prakriti is Upadis. Both of them have come from one truth. Our truth is what? Our sadhana, this Jiva, by detaching from the Prakriti, should discover his identity with the Paramapurusha. Like I am talking, I have my this nature, all this is my Prakriti. I am the Jiva, the Purusha. Me, the Purusha, detaching from all this my Prakriti, should identify with my Parama Purusha Tattva in my own heart, which is one without second in the entire universe. विश्व का एक ही आत्मा है, उसको हमें दर्शन करना है. तो उस परमात्मा को ढकने वाला हर एक जगह एक्सप्रेस होने वाला प्रकृति पुरुष को कैसे हम वैल्यू कर सकते हैं? एंड हाउ डू डू दैट? स्वभाव कर्माणि, by valuing स्वभाव एंड कर्म. Don't carry the load of any people's स्वभाव and karma. Okay? And what swabhava and karma of them can be minded? Only one thing, the spiritual swabhava and spiritual karma. That also as an inspiration you take and you embark on your sadhana, that person again should not be in your heart carried. No person, no person's nature, no person's behavior should take possession in the womb of our thoughts. This is the biggest sadhana to be done. Let us commit it for it from right now. If you really mean business, what's business? With quiet mind, I have to transcend the mind and see that which is beyond. What? See beyond, see beyond, see beyond. Okay? If you don't listen this, what will happen? Parasvabhava karmani yaha prashamsati nindati. The one who is doing prashamsa and ninda, other swabhava and karma. Remember, I explained yesterday all the other detail. Don't forget it. कि किसी बंदे का स्वभाव या कर्म कभी भी परमानेंटली गुड नहीं रहता, परमानेंटली बैड नहीं रहता. वो फ्लक्चुएट होता ही रहता है. एज द टोटलिटी नीड्स, एज द वर्ल्ड नीड्स. If the total prarabdha needs, even from the great noblest person also, a seeming negative activity is made to done. Like how many times Durvasa, such a great rishi, was made to curse. You understand? And indeed, in the need of the totality is there, from the greatest person also, a bad thing is made to be done. See, युधिष्ठिर से भगवान कृष्ण ने अश्वत्थामा था कुंजरा झूठ बोलवाया कि नहीं? See an example. These all we discussed yesterday in detail. The first thing is what? Other than Paramatma, everything is Maya. Second point, because it is Maya, it is uncertain. Third, because it is uncertain, it is non-believable. Four, if you start believing it, valuing it, you are caught up. Five, how do you start believing or valuing it? By doing Ninda and Garhana. Then how to not do the Ninda and Garhana? Remember all these thoughts. First thought, my goal is to see that Ekatma. Second is what? That which hides the Ekatma from me is the Swabhava and Karma of myself and people. And that becomes stronger because I do valuing it by Ninda and Garahanam. So what to do? No need of Ninda and Garahanam. जो ईश्वर इच्छा है वो हो रहा है, जो होना है हो रहा है. I am not going to comment. I am not going to do the praising and all of that. And if you have to praise, interesting, don't praise an individual. Praise the activity in general. Like somebody said, good work. In two words, you say, very good work done by him. Thank God, Lord worked through him. If the entire country is of this type of people, whole country will grow. If you say like that, it is a prashamsa without prashamsa. That intelligence and knack will be a result of lot of maturity. So to किसी का निंदा करनी है, particularly a person को लेना नहीं. This is the swabhava because a problem happens. Therefore, hope nobody has this negativity. Okay, bas. If you are called, if you are given a mic, and more wise persons, what they do, you know, they talk about truth, they talk about Shastra. They never talk about the other Swabhava and Karma. Like Gurudev. How many thousands of lectures he gave? Other than talking the truth through the Shastra, did he unnecessarily talk anywhere about other Swabhava and Karma? Like examples taking to explain Shastra is okay. But other than that, those who are wanting to live in truth or living in truth, their natural expression is like that. मुझे नहीं पता ऐसा कहना चाहिए. मुझे कुछ नहीं पता, उसमें से मुझे एक ही चीज़ को पता करनी है, बाकी के बारे में मुझे इंटरेस्ट नहीं है. वो एक चीज़ ये है कि मेरे अंदर का भगवान को, सबके अंदर के भगवान को पता करना है. बाकी सब पता भी करो बेकार है. आई एम नॉट वरीड लाइक दैट. सो क्या होगा इफ यू डू द निंदा एंड प्रशंसा परस्वभाव कर्म स आशु भ्रश्यति स्वार्थात. Here the swartha is fourth purushartha moksha. Brashyati means he will be going away from the track of his own fourth purushartha moksha. How? Ki asatya aviniveshataha. This is important word. Because he, by valuing other swabhava and karma, is getting abhiniveshita by that, whereas the swabhava and karma of everybody is Maya created. It is not Satya. And this will be understood only when you study the Mandukya Upanishad, especially in that the Vaitatya Prakaranam. So is that? In that Vaitatya Prakarana, how everything other than Paramatma is proved not only to be untrue but non-existing only. See that Swapna examples were given. We studied it. We have to study it every day actually. लाइक सपने में कोई बड़ा बंदा अच्छा काम करने वाला था या वही विलन भी था. If you really value them, you continue to be in the dream only. But when you wake up, is there a person at all, first of all, who is worthy of praise and worthy of censuring? Both are mithya only. In case of dream and waking plane, when you wake up, then you understand all are illusion. Therefore, all censure and praise goes away. In spiritual sadhana, it's other way around, waking world. What is that? The censuring and praising. All of that when you stop, then you wake up to the truth. It is complementary to each other. Trying to understand the truth one side, to complement to that, we have to drop all the censuring, praising of other स्वभाव and निंदा. So to स्वभाव का दूसरों का निंदा स्तुति करना बंद करके the other side discover one परमात्मा. It is his लीला going on. And then एक बात देखो, in the past, from the beginning of creation, how many good people, bad people, good natured, bad natured, good active, bad activity, have come and gone? Did anything stay back? And what stayed back permanently is only Paramatma, no? Mhm. Water remained always. How many waves came and gone? Some waves were very harsh to trouble the people. Some were very soft, soothing the people who were taking the bath there. Is it not? You understand? See the fun of it. I'm just going too much into the example. Some of our enemies, let us say, taking bath in the river, ocean, and the oceanic water took them away. You just celebrate only, अच्छा हो गया करके. But same wave it takes away some of our near and dear ones. We shout at the wave. We curse the ocean. You understand? Both appreciating the ocean when it took away our enemy, cursing the ocean when it took away our friend or relative. Both are our own mind. Oceanic water had to come that way. Unfortunately, the people who are there, they were taken away. Even ocean is innocent. It never wanted to take somebody. We only impose on the ocean and say a demonic rakasi alalu a rakshasi wave आकर इन लोगों को डुबा दिए. वो आकर नहीं डुबाया. वेव आए that time this rakshas this fellow went there and naturally was taken. If you observe that example, we say in Bhukampa has killed so many people. Bhukampa never kills. Bhukampa comes. That time whoever are there, they get killed. Cyclone never destroys anyone. Cyclone comes and goes. We who are there, you get affected. This is very subtle. In the same way, there's a meaning to the swabhava and karma of the people. If you go on analyzing, valuing it, it becomes real. Just like a cinema. When you really think about it as if real, it appears to be real only. Whereas the hero and villain who fought in the movie are having chai together. Just like in Indian politics. The leaders of two parties have a party And the Karyakartas, they kill each other. They hate each other, fight with each other. So to the film stars. The top वाले कट्टे बैठ के और बाकी उनके इनके जो फॉलोअर है देख रहे हो ना दुनिया में क्या हो रहा है सेम इन शॉर्ट इज व्हाट डू यू वांट टू प्रोग्रेस इन योर path of meditational heights to discover the oneself behind everything. Yes, in that case, be in the world without doing ninda or garhana of anybody's swabhava, anybody's karma. If somebody asks opinion, say, I don't know. That is best. You are a sadhak. Others may think, discuss, they may form opinion, they file a case, the case goes on. Judge even listens to the lawyers, both prosecute defense, and he may come to judgment. वो उनको करने दो हम साधक हैं हमको इन सब में ना लेना देना. One more thought I'll share, which is contradictory or confusing. Still, I'll share. What's what? Nothing happens in the world without the background reason. Without the background, nothing happens. And those reasons are not known to us. They are unfathomable. Very, very incalculable. Incalculable. मैं बताऊं आपको पीछे के जो प्रारब्ध होते हैं वेरी विचित्र लाइक इफ हैव गुड प्रारब्ध of my past good deed, suddenly somebody unknown to me from some other corner of the world comes and gives lot of money and goes. Superficially, you see, you don't find an answer only. But there is a reason, something. Therefore, he came and gave. Another case also is there. So I am living a very good life. Suddenly, somebody came and come and beat me left and right and cut my hand and leg, even kill me. Outside you see pata nahi chalta. And legal system does its own action, that is to teach lesson to other. But there is something behind. Otherwise, why will he do it to me? कहीं से आकर like today morning that man died. He just went somewhere unless कोई संबंध ही नहीं वहाँ. I was listening to that thing, it has taken aback. यार क्या प्रारब्ध है. पहले घबराहट हो गया कि हमारे जिंदगी में क्या प्रारब्ध है क्या पता. Never be prepared later on. Hmm? I told you two things yesterday. In general, other swabhava and karma don't show pleasure objectively when they are behaving. And when they are behaving with you, then also. It is the second one is more important, to which we give less time and value. Generally, when somebody is good or bad, to something else not related to us, and when we are told don't bother, we really leave it. तो हमको संबंध नहीं है. हमको उन लोगों के स्वभाव और कर्म से संबंध होता है जो हमसे संबंधित रिलेटेड है. भगवान says that para means anybody other than you. In general, unrelated to you, particularly related. So unrelated is the Ukraine president and the Russian president. वो कहीं का है वो. Ukraine want to celebrate the Independence Day, but again Russia will attack. And really our own Prime Minister and our own state CM, governor, they are related to us very close. their स्वभाव कर्म इनका भी स्वभाव कर्म. उनका स्वभाव कर्म हमको बहुत कम असर पड़ता है. All this war etc. was sometime it raised the cost of oil etc. It's international सबको हुआ हमको भी हुआ. But our own government, state and central ministers, उनका हमारे ऊपर असर हर क्षण पड़ रहा है. इनका भी दोनों का हमें ना निंदा ना ग्रहण करना. Again example I give. Your own children. He is para. He has his own swabhava, his own karma. Heart in heart, no ninda, no garhanam. Outside, according to Vyavahara, little you do. Remember, always sadhana is inside. Outside is obligation. Both of them should be kept at different distances. मिक्सअप मत करना, कंफ्यूज मत होना। वहाँ ऑनेस्टी बातें नहीं चलते। आउटसाइड व्यवहार इज आउटसाइड, इनसाइड यू हैव टू प्रोटेक्ट योरसेल्फ। To be more ruthless, it is like this. Child is done wrong. You, as a father, scold that fellow outside. How dare you do it? I'll break your legs if you do otherwise. Same. But heart in heart, you must know. This fellow, a jiva, came through me as son. He will be there doing his own thing. Just like I never listened to my father. So to he will. कौन जीव क्या है किसी को नहीं पता. It's not that children want to listen or don't want to listen. It is their nature. इसलिए कोई बच्चे पिता का सुनते, कोई नहीं सुनते, और कोई कोई समझने के लिए सुनते, बाद में नहीं सुनते, कोई लोग पहले नहीं सुनते, बाद में सुनने लगते हैं। एवरी एग्जाम्पल इज देयर इन द वर्ल्ड। व्हाट इट ऑल शोस? इट ऑल शोस कि एवरीबडी इज इंडिपेंडेंट इन देयर ओन नेचर एंड स्वभाव एंड एक्शन। वी ओनली कैन बी द ऑनलुकर्स प्रोटेक्टिंग आवरसेल्व्स। Either God has to change or they have to change. We cannot change, therefore we need not change, therefore we should not change, therefore we should never attempt. Such person alone quieten his mind and transcend the mind, then see the self. Second line is this: Ashu brashyati swarthat asatya aviniveshatah. Now, how to convey this sentence? I am trying to find the words, but help me to understand. Asatya avinivesha. Avinivesha means identity. Asatya means unreal. Means what? Other than the Purusha Tattva, the Jiva as well as Swabhava, both are asatya hai. By doing censuring and praising, you are just getting identified with. It's like, is this a poisonous snake or it is a harmless snake? Both of the things are substantiating that it is a snake. Whereas there's no snake only, there's only rope. है कि नहीं? रस्सी है वो सांप ही नहीं है. But you'll never know the rassi. You'll always be caught up in snake if you think about swabhava and karma of the snake. As much snake is unreal with its swabhava and karma, so much the entire worldly things and beings are unreal along with their swabhava and karma. Real is only ek atma behind Atma. This is very tough to listen, more tough to understand, impossible to accept, and never possible to practice, I know. But this is a fact. It's like the oceanic water. Beneath its surface, calm and quiet. No waves, no tides, no ripples, no bubbles, no form, no forth, no birth and death of the waves, no fighting between two waves, no eating the small wave by the bigger wave. Inside, do you see that? सारे surface level में है. In the same way, in the surface level of valuing our mind and valuing the world through valuing our mind, that all swabhava and karma phala have a meaning. अंदर जाओ, न स्वभाव है न कर्म है, उसका फल है. Inside the self. That is the beauty of that Alata Shanti example. In this Bhagavata, this 28th chapter, Alata Shanti Prakaranam, then Pratibhimbavada, Avachedavada, all of them are going to come. We may study this chapter 10 din, 12 din, I don't know. सारा आ जाएगा इसमें. Okay, with all the details heard, the essence is what? Others, swabhava and karma. When they work towards you or in general in the world, don't do ninda and हाँ, निंदा भी मत करना, उनका ग्रहणा भी मत करना. अपने मन को सेव करो. And what to do? See na, Purusham Vishwam Ekatma Vashan Prakrutya Purushena. And it has got a lot of things to convey here. Like Lord Krishna also had no time. I also will not take much time to say, but this much I say. The Purusha who acted is Jiva. And the nature with which he acted is, it is his Prakriti. Both of them are imposed on the Eka Atma. Like a person, para is Swabhava, is Karma. This is what you see. All of them are unreal. Real is the Paramatma in him. Our drushti is on Paramatma. And to have drushti on Paramatma, we have to do the withdrawal from all these three. And our involvement is both by Ninda and Stuti. Dono nahi karna. Sometimes we say don't do Ninda but do the Stuti. कुछ समय का स्तुति भी नहीं करना. Yeah, that also gives reality to it. Means with a very deep purpose and consequence, Bhagavan Krishna is giving us these instructions. Purpose and consequence. Purpose is to know the truth. Consequence of this is becoming qualified to know the truth. Sadhaka. Then when this topic is taught, a question is asked which we have already answered. If I am an officer, my subordinates. If I am owner of the house servants, if I am the parent, the children. तो हम ये क्या करूँ, मैं टीचर हूँ, स्कूल में 40 बच्चे हैं, तो उनका स्वभाव कर्म, अरे यार, what is the action to be taken according to the law book? So you do that. You don't carry the load of it in your mind. That's the point. Child has not done the homework. You are a teacher. Therefore, you should be sent home or give him the punishment of imposition or imposition, whatever you call. And why do you worry about it? वो सीखेगा तो सीखेगा, नहीं तो नहीं. See the judge. He will see the listening. He listens both deaf lawyer and pro lawyer. And according to the law book, he gives punishment. Okay, अगले case. He cannot be caught up in anything or anybody. Learn that art. Think about it a little more and its importance. Now, an example is given. Taijase nidrayapanne pindastho anashta chetanaha vayam prapnoti mrutyum va tadvatnanartha drukpuman. So each of the shlokas are heavy weight. और भगवान ने ना एक एक श्लोक में इतनी चीजें भर के रखे, उन सारे चीज खोलना है, तो आई हैव टू खोलो माई दिमाग एंड खोलो योर दिमाग एंड गिव इट इन दैट. कोशिश करेंगे. बिकॉज लॉर्ड ऑल्सो इन हरी टू सेंड उद्धव. 7 दिन के अंदर समुद्र पूरे द्वारका को खा लेगा. Now they are all now going to this Prabhasa Kshetra. He has to wind up his own work. He cannot go on expanding his teachings. But without telling the details also, he can't be satisfied. And how to balance? Tell all details in a Sutra Rupa. So these entire chapters, every shloka is Sutra Rupa. Unless you open it up and detailedly understand, you won't justify your study. You won't get the benefit of it. One of them is this third shloka. By giving example of Jagra, Sapna, Sushupti, he tells us how by giving value, we give reality to it. And we are away from the real reality. Tomorrow we'll see. And the next one, see, Kim Bhadram, Kim Bhadram Va, Tvaitasya Avastunah Kiyat, Vacha Uditam Tad Anrutam Manasa Dhyatam एक श्लोक I tell you, oh, very high, heavy loaded, heavy duty वाले. We hope we are at least deserving to listen and understand them correctly. Even if we don't understand, never mind. Let us not misunderstand them. They will see it. Thank you. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashisha. Shanti Shanti. Sri Guru Bhyo. Sri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Stay back for our Adhyatma Ramayana Adhyanam.